And good morning, Twitch. Oh, I gotta turn this up. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 11.03.2023. Current time is 06:03. I know I'm a little late, but I had to get ready, take a shower, shave, and stuff like that. Got some stuff to do right after the broadcast here. I have an appointment I have to go to, and but Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Twitch, as well as over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and X/Twitter, and there is a public Facebook page of the real Fireman Rich, and we just posted up that we're broadcasting here. And I forgot one thing. I forgot to start what's now known as streaming together as guest stars. And I don't want to do that now because I don't know what I don't have the time. I just want to get a broadcast in this morning to say good morning and get a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD, because that's what it's all about. And we have Helen in the chat. Good morning, Helen, coming in from Edinburgh, Scotland. And it looks like our broadcast we're running pretty good. No drop frames. We're in the green on the little box in the right hand corner of OBS. I love OBS. OBS is working fantastic for me now. KBS 36.95 there, but when it comes out of the Twitch, it's at 34.29 KBS. And we do have ourselves up on the big screen. I remembered that, but I forgot to turn the volume down. But the most important thing, it is the Friday morning coffee at Twitch broadcast. So we do have the morning coffee, and it's tasting mighty fine. I could actually drink coffee before my appointment and stuff like that, but it's a follow-up appointment there that I have to. I think it's at 9:15. Yeah, 9:15. So I got thinking, am I going to go ahead and do a broadcast and I think I can have a good broadcast as far as there's more than enough time as far as for the next hour. I just won't have, I can't bring up anybody and stuff like that. And Tim Fan, yo, good morning, Tim. So glad to see you. And Helen says, so it needs to be set up before you go live. That's interesting. I don't know, Helen. I never tried it before. And I don't want to mess with it right now because I don't have the time to shut this down and start another broadcast. Okay, that'd be a good test. I'm gonna try. Maybe I could try that this weekend, as far as that goes. I didn't know that. Maybe that's why I couldn't get. No, I think you could. As far as you getting to working, I thought we came to the conclusion that it was. I've got I think it's a graphic card issue. Maybe if you have a I have a graphic card where I didn't have a full-fledged graphic card. I was working off of the motherboard. And that didn't work all that great. Well, especially with it's a little it works too much, I guess. So once I plugged in that graphic card, it works really good as far as that goes. It's the CPU. It's taken a lot of work that the CPU does, I guess. I think so. But I think but I think just. Generally speaking, I think you have to set it up beforehand because you got to turn on your virtual cam. So I don't want to try opening up the client for guest stars / streaming together now, and then start the virtual cam and stuff. I don't know how that'll work. I don't think that goes too good with OBS. I think OBS, you got to have your virtual cam on. You can't just toggle it on and off or something like that. And what was this, Helen? Cowie Flea? What's that? I have no idea what that is. She's making a funny, I guess, at me or something. We have an ad roll in 3 minutes and 38 seconds as far as that goes. And that's one of the reasons I bring this up, the big screen. I can bring Twitch now onto the Roku as far as that goes, and it works quite well. I like seeing that in the background. It gives me an indication, another indication if I'm looking at you all and talking to you all with the chat right here on the OBS stream chat. Um, it gives me an indication how the stream is going. I'm still a little leery that I have to have several devices up to. Matter of fact, I got to check my volume here. I think it was pretty good because I heard it over there. Let's see. I got the earbuds in. Let's see if I can hear it over here on the laptop. Yep, we got good sound. We got good sound and stuff like that. Helen, yeah, I did all that while we were live, and that would make sense to say. Oh, so you did. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so maybe, you know, that could be, maybe you have, yeah, set it up beforehand and get the virtual cam going on OBS beforehand because I don't think it can. That was coffee with a New York accent. oh, okay, I get. Okay, that's good. I like that. When you said that, I could hear my father saying coffee. Your volume is fine. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I wasn't too sure if I was loud. I have the volume listening to this a little louder. So I think we just discovered something here, Helen. Just sort of bouncing it off of each other's brains here, as far as that. I don't really want to do it, but you set it up once you were in the Twitch live stream. No, you have to set it. I've set it up beforehand. And I was almost going to hit the bail button to go ahead, and I said, you know what? I don't have the time. I know Tim Fan was waiting. Tim, I got your picks. Thank you very much. I do have the updated charts that I'll present here during the football segment. We did have a football game. We won't have any more baseball to talk about because baseball's over with. The Houston Texans won. I didn't watch any of the World Series. It did not interest me at all. As far as if Philly was in, I'd probably watch and stuff like that. So I want to say good morning to our 6 viewers. We have 2 of them in the chat here, Lady Lake from Edinburgh, Scotland, and Tim Fan 40, our expert contractor. Oh, Tim, I had a contractor in this week again. We've been getting the contractors here. We fixed the light. The electrical outfit that we have is local here. And we got them looking at a couple things, and then we found out that our electrical service to the house is very old. So we got an estimate on that, and that's going to be programmed to be done. We're going to be bouncing it up from a 100 amp service to a 200 amp service. And Helen says, yeah, I could get myself on camera and audio, and I could hear Jeeves, but I could not get this video feed to show on the stream. Yeah, you got to be on virtual cam too, Helen. I'm not sure if you had virtual. Thanks, bud. You're welcome, Tim. I'm not, did you have virtual cam going before you started bringing the people in? And you gave up. You show this, and I gave up. Yeah, you just take a break and come back to it. You circle back. That's what I did. I got a little frustrated with it at first and stuff like that. But that was with the old system, the old computer box. But gave up for what? Oh, okay, nice. Okay, yeah, an electrical service, Tim. We're overdue on that. When the 2 guys that came out to take care of the switch issue I had, and it was a wire that was in the light that I put in. It wasn't bundled in correctly. That went to the switch for the switch, and I had a feeling I didn't want to mess with the kitchen light. But as soon as the guy, it took him more time to set up the ladder. And as soon as he pulled the light from the kitchen, he says, "Well, let's check here first." He pulled the light fixture down. It's around 18, 19 inch diameter LED light fixture in the kitchen. The back lights came on, so there was a wire. He put a new cap on it, as far as that goes. And but we have this outfit. We were really impressed with their work in the back room, that we decided to go ahead and have them. We have ads. We're waiting. Okay, we got ads going right now. Okay, waiting. Let's see. And buy 4 ads. Ads to finish. No.
Okay.
Because I get done here. Do we have time?
Because you'll leave by 8:45 probably, because your appointment's at 9:15.
Yeah, I think I'd be
So
pushing
it's
it.
gonna be kinda,
Yeah, we might.
Kind of like yesterday. If you rush,
Yeah, I don't want to rush. So
all right.
we'll
We can always walk later. It's not like it's gonna be hot.
True.
If we want.
Yeah, that's true. We can walk when I get back. That's good. Then let's see. Helen says I'm spoiled. No ads for me. Yeah, yeah. I'm putting the walk off to the side. The missus took off Wednesday. She had a busy day that day, doing some things. And let's see. We got the ads are over with. Tim, are you back? I know. No, Tim. I made you a VIP, so you don't see the ads, right? Yeah. Okay. So, but for the folks that are watching, I got a little bit better grasp of the ads, so I'm making it a habit to wait as far as that goes. It was a speed walk rather than a leisure stroll. No. Well, yesterday I felt like was it yesterday you didn't walk?
Yeah.
Okay, it was yesterday, not Wednesday.
Stroll.
Yeah, we do the stroll bit.
No, we don't.
Oh, do we do
Stroll. What's the purpose?
do we speed walk? You think?
We don't quite speed walk, but we.
It's in between stroll and
Yeah,
speed walk,
not
so
a stroll,
we
it's-
walk at a brisk pace.
Yeah.
Okay, brisk pace there.
Otherwise, what's the point?
So you see ads? You're a VIP. I made you a VIP, so you shouldn't see the ads, Tim. I'm not sure what's going on there. Tim has been he's been here for quite a while, as well as Helen and stuff like that. I think you guys are more, and you contributed to this broadcast in a great way. So that's the least I can do. I don't know. It shouldn't. You see ads? Maybe initial. We'll see on the next roll, because the next roll on the ads. And this is giving me feedback. I got 28 minutes and stuff like that. So, but I can go. Let's see. What did I figure? I could go. Yeah, if I'm not walking, I can go for my hour and a half here on the Friday and stuff. Just if I got that much to talk about. But yeah, she was busy yesterday with some community work, and she did the grocery shopping, and I did all the laundry, dishes, and what else did I do? Folded the clothes afterwards, and clean the dishes and laundry. What else? I thought I did something else. Oh, I had my dental appointment yesterday, and I see ads. I did, which is fine, right? Okay, I'm just so you know, I'm waiting for those. Even with you having the VIP, I can mumble through and stuff like that, and be in a wait state. You shouldn't though. I'm really surprised. I thought you. I know Helen. She has that. What is it? She's paying for Prime Gaming and stuff like that. So. And, plus she has a subscription. I think James gifted her a subscription. James, over there in the UK, as far as that goes. So, yeah. So I got. It's been a busy week though. We've had the contractor guy that came in for the estimate Wednesday, and he's looking at it, and he's looking at another job that they're going to just do. The service, that's major upgrade to the house and stuff like that. But we have this other wire, this line that's going out behind the garage. You're going to take that down, repurpose it to there's 2 lines going over to the garage out front that are frayed, and so that's going to be at hourly rate. So that's not going to be too bad. How's that going? You don't look nearly as swollen. This is all gone. They took the stitches out yesterday. So I got to wait until February, and that's when they pop the tooth in. So I'll have a molar over here. I don't have any. Yeah, I don't. I got a small. So I got an implant going in there because you should always have two teeth on either side to bridge, and and as far as that goes. Helen, how that going? Yeah, so the swelling has gone down, Helen. Thank you for asking. I was on a nasty foam job yesterday under a trailer, and I was laying on it. Oh my God! At least you. So you laid on it, but you didn't smell it before you laid on it. Ooh, that's squishy. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Well, if it was still squishy, you probably could smell it, maybe, right? As far as that goes. So, but yeah, that's yeah. I guess when you got those tight spaces underneath, and that was under a trailer. Okay, to winterize it out there in Michigan. Now, Tim, didn't you say there was like you got some snow? How many inches did you get the other day? Tim, I raised up so fast, forgetting where I was. I hit my head on the beam. I could see that. Um, it was flat. Okay. Oh, the raccoon was flat. Okay. I could picture that. Oh shit! Probably startled the crap out of you. And Helen, squishy. Lots of. Oh, you got 3 inches. Oh wow. So winter's here. We got some flurries the other day. I did it. It was on the first November. They were talking about. We usually get a little bit of snow the first week of November. It's always been that case here, and I did an audio. This month is I'm doing extra audio over there, and I'm posting it on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and X/Twitter at Fireman Rich on all three of those platforms. Also on the Facebook page. It's an audio month challenge where I do an audio every month. It's done, last year I counted the Tuesdays and Thursdays audio podcast, but this is I'll be doing another audio probably when I get home from my appointment this morning, and as far as that goes, and but but the thing on the tooth, just to finish on that doesn't get put in till this has to heal up a little bit more. Everything's going fine, and snow's already gone on the ground. Yeah, okay, that type of snowstorm. So it'll be next year, February. I get the tooth in, so I can. The dentist there said yesterday, we'll see you February. And it's like okay, we'll see you. Have happy holidays to everybody, and was only here on Halloween. Yeah. Okay, Halloween it snowed. Okay. Yeah, we got snow flurries Wednesday, and so I was excited, and I remembered. Oh, wait a minute! This is audio month. It's Jennifer Naravede. She does the Na Pod Pomo challenge, and just go do an X/Twitter search on Na Pod Pomo. I'll put it in the chat. It's spelled NAPODPOMO, and it stands for National Podcasters Post Month. And you make one audio submission. It can be 5 minutes. It can be 2 minutes, a minute. But it's one audio each day. And I used to do this a lot back in the day when I was doing my audio before I really got into the live streaming and stuff like that. So let's see. We're talking about the weather. Currently here, it's 32 degrees. Is that right? 32 or 33? I think it was 33. What's it got on the thing here? 30. It says 38 across the river. No, we came in at 33 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about a half a degree, 0.6 degrees. It's up. We might as well say 0 degrees Celsius. 32 degrees is Fahrenheit is 0 degrees Celsius. So that's what we're looking at this morning, as far as for the temperature. Waking up this morning, and the heater's working because it feels comfortable. The thermostat, I believe, is set at about 65 65 or 68, right in that range and stuff. So it's not too cold. The wind's not blowing, so that's when it gets really uh, unbearable as far as the coldness, as far as that goes. We're gonna have sunshine and clouds. High. We're gonna be up in the 56 degree range Fahrenheit for our high. Winds out of south by southwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sun will be rising this morning at 07:41 a.m. and be setting at 5:59 p.m. We're 1 minute under 6 p.m. So 7:41 is another hour, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 minutes. Hour and 15 minutes, say. Hour and 15 minutes at 7:41 a.m., setting at 5:59 p.m. And our world times and temperatures as we go through, and I'll get to yours, Helen. Thank you for contributing there. I appreciate it. Let me put that in the... We have Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:24 currently, clear sky, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona, clear skies there at 3:24, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City. We have 50. We have Windy City, Chicago, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. New York City, the jungle, is clear skies also. We got clear skies across the board here so far. 43 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. They're a little bit warmer than we are here. Across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean in Cork, Ireland, it is 10:24 a.m. Sunny skies, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. And over there in Edinburgh, Scotland, where Helen resides at, it's 9 degrees Celsius, crisp and sunny, she says. And that equates to 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you, Helen, for that weather update there for Edinburgh. When do your clocks change? Our clocks don't change until... Is it this weekend? Is it this weekend we change the clocks?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so it's this Sunday. Yeah, we go back to... Yeah, we bring them back to daylight savings time. So it's this week. I know you're already, what, let's see, it's 6:30 now. 7, 8, 9. It's 10:30. You're 4 hours ahead right now because I think you already turned yours back, didn't you, Helen? Yours, I think, yeah. Across the pond, they change them early as far as that goes. Let's see, continuing. Milan, Italy at 11:26 a.m. Partly cloudy, partly sunny, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. In New Delhi, India, cloudy skies, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And Mumbai at 3:56, both in New Delhi and Mumbai right now, 3:56 p.m. in the afternoon. Partly cloudy, partly clear, 91 degrees there. Kuala Lumpur, they finally got some sunny, clear skies at 6:26 p.m., 82 degrees Fahrenheit there. In Tokyo, Japan at 7:26 p.m., 7:26 p.m. in Tokyo, clear skies, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in Melbourne, Australia, 9:26 p.m. Melbourne comes in with partly cloudy, partly clear, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. In Sydney, Australia, at 9:26 p.m. cloudy skies, 70 degrees Fahrenheit in Sydney. There's our world times and temperatures as we speak. And let's see, Helen says ours changed already, so our time difference is different for a couple of weeks. Well, if we're changing ours, you change yours 1 hour back already, so you're 4 hours. Normally, you're 5 hours ahead. I know that, as far as with Ireland and the UK. And I think after this weekend we'll be 5 hours. We'll be back to 5 hours, and it goes back to 5 hours gap when you. Yeah, exactly, Helen. Okay. And Thamer, good morning, New York. Thank you, Thamer. Thamer coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where Thamer is at. It's 1:27 p.m. right now, and it's sunny skies, and it's 84 degrees. You got some cool weather going there, huh? Glad to have you here, Thamer. Good morning. We're just getting our day started here. I was running a little late, but I do have the morning coffee, and we were getting a broadcast in. That's the more important thing. Yeah, perfect weather there. That's great. Yeah, you guys have some. Uh, you guys have some temperatures that are like off the charts, man. It just, but I would take it because the closest I've been to to Saudi, the Middle East, as far as that goes, I was in Greece, and I've been down on in Sicily in the Mediterranean. So that's the closest I've ever gotten that part of the world. I've never been in that part of the world or over in India, as far as that goes, or Africa for that fact. Those are the three areas that I've never. And Australia, I should say, Australia and New Zealand. There's another area, um, or the Arctic. I almost made it to the South Pole. I was looking at getting employment down there at the South Pole when was getting out of the service. They were taking firefighters that I was working out. I think what did the job entail? I think you had to work down there for like 6 months, and then you got 3 months off, and then you went back for another 6 months. And it was enticing, but it would mean being away from the family. So, it's more of a, if I was single or something like that, would be a pretty decent job. It was some good money too. It was some, so just to say you worked at the bottom of the earth, you can't get any lower than that, I guess, unless you go into outer space. But thank you for being here, Thamer. As Let's see. Our thought for today comes from Albert Einstein, which we've had his quotes here many a times. Albert Einstein was a German-born theoretical physicist, was widely held as one of the greatest. I hold him as one of the greatest and most influential scientists of all, and the brightest mind. Firefighters on the pole. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that I got into it. I've talked to a couple people that some firefighters that work down there, and it's a pretty interesting. It's a regular job. It's a cold, and the runway is ice and stuff like that. So you got to be aware of that and stuff. But everything's contained. But you're working with a lot of scientists from around the world that are down there, and that's part of the job entails being part of that support group that supports that missions per se, as far as that goes. Greece sun are more hot like most Europe in this. Oh, that's what in summer because it's vertical. Okay, because I would take it in Saudi. It's a drier heat where Greece, yeah, you got the humidity because it's right there. But the thing is, when I was on Sicily, this is back in the early '80s. I was there for like was it 4 to 5 months or something like that. I was deployed there TDY for 4 to 5 months, and it was a dry heat, very dry. It got up to like 100, 105, 110 because it was during was it June? It was during May, June, July, and August of 82. Yeah, 1982, the summer of '82. I spent it over there. That's when Mount Etna exploded. We were like 3-hour drive into Sicily, but you could see Mount Etna explode. Well, the red top in the morning time and stuff like that. But Greece, I've been to Greece. Greece is it's more humid. Oh, you're all right, Tim. You got things to do. You can be in and out. I give you permission. Like it's all good, Tim. Thanks. Let's see. So our thought for today from Albert Einstein. You traveled everywhere with the Air Force. Yeah. I spent 13 of my 20 years in. I spent around traveling. I've been to Europe 3 times. I've been to the Pacific Rim, Korea, and Japan twice, and here in the States. So, but I spent probably out of those 13, seven of them were spent in Italy. I went to Italy twice. I was there for 2 years the first time, and then after I got married to the missus in '86, we spent 4 years over there after we got married. It was like, I think it was like 6 months after we got married, I got orders to go over there. They had a big drug bust, and there was a bunch of firefighters and security police officers that got caught smoking the wacky weed, and they had at that time, I don't think they do it now, but it was a zero tolerance. They kicked him out. So I got there was a need for a fire to fill a fire inspector's position, and that's why I went over there. As far as so it went pretty good. Lucky you, Tim. Wacky weed is cool. It wasn't back then, Tim. If you didn't want to have any, you don't want to have anything to do with that back in the day. But they don't. I think it's still against regulations to smoke it and stuff. And even though it seems like the military is getting a little bit more liberal since I left, but not that liberal and stuff like that. They're just they flex a little bit and stuff like that. Our thought for the day, Albert Einstein. Let's get to that before I get off on a tangent here. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not people or things. Albert Einstein's. So what do I tie it to? No. My overall goal is to have a good life, a happy life. I'm very fortunate, and I've said this before, to be married and sharing my life with my life partner, and we raised two children, two young adults now, two young adult children now that I'm very I love very much, and stuff like that. So that's my goal, as I've accomplished that, but my goal now is to enjoy life, because we're on this planet. We're only visiting this planet. There's a song out there, and Tim Fan says mine is to stay cool, calm, and collective. Exactly, that is a good goal, and it's not tied to people or things. That's exactly what I think Albert Einstein was talking about. Tim, maybe you might be very smart. You got those comments. No, that's a good one, Tim. That is good. That's exactly, I think, and I totally agree. You got to keep cool, calm, and collective. And Tim says, it's so I don't hurt my workers. Yeah. You got to take care of your workers. I mean, I know in the service, there's some people that worked under me as far as being an assistant chief and station captain, and taking care of my crew when I was. When I went up from a hand lineman to a young crew chief, where I was responsible for that crew on the fire truck or the crash vehicle, I had two or three guys. I was responsible for them when we were on duty and stuff like that, and I treated them with the utmost respect. I had some knuckleheads, but we squared it out and stuff like that. You park it at the door. The mission comes first and stuff like that, and that's what it's all about. And if you don't like me, then wait till we're off duty and stuff like that, as far as that goes. And I did the same thing the last 17 years at the previous place of employment, the day job, as I call it. As far as I had a good team for probably about 12 of those 17. I didn't want to be, because I'm out of the service. But it's just the experience. They want experienced people there, and but the whole thing is to train the people to take over and stuff like that. Helen says, we don't know how long we have. Not enough people are actually living. Making memories is living. Too many of us live to work, not work to live. It's round the wrong way. Eat, sleep, and work. Repeat. Yeah, exactly, Helen. And I almost got caught up, and I'm very thankful that I'm able to have retired, because I am enjoying life. Because, like you said, we don't know how much time we have on this planet as far as that goes. I could go to my appointment, get out of my car, walk across the street, and I get hit by a car. Or else I might be living a long life. I'll be living for another 20, 30 years or something like that, which I don't know. And then again, the concern I have, I'm not worried about it because I don't have control, but you hope that people that are in control of the big bombs, their finger on the button, Helen says, my dad died at the age of 40. I've already outlived him. We don't know how long we have. Live life. It's too short for what ifs. Yeah, exactly. And my father, he passed away. Was he 60? Yeah, he was 69. So I'm coming up on that. He should have lived a lot longer. I think he lived probably maybe 10 extra years after he had his bypass surgery. And that was after going through 3 heart attacks and stuff. He had to have bypass surgery. He still sneaked the smoking and stuff like that, which, but but he had the be- the beginnings of Lou Gehrig's disease and stuff like that, and his respiratory system wasn't all the greatest either, too, because of his smoking and stuff. So it was a combination of things. He ate the big breakfast every day, as far as that goes, and we're all different as far as that goes on how we take care of ourselves. So you got to find that. You got to find that the equal medium and stuff like that. I sort of really watch or try to watch what I eat and stuff like that, because it all comes down to, I don't care what diet you're on, it all comes down to moderation. If you moderate, you don't overeat and stuff like that. Just because somebody says you can eat all this stuff and stuff like that, should you really be eating that much? Just eat until you're sad. Not till you're over to, because let's face it, we got a lot of choices for foods as far as that goes. And hey, Glick, nonsensical nonsense. Good morning, sir. Good morning. We got Glick coming in from Ohio. Nonsensical Nonsense podcast. As far as that goes, they do the marathon shows. Last week, Ted sent me he had a comment on one of the repostings of the broadcast here on YouTube, and he goes, 2 hours? You did 2 hours, Rich? And as far as that goes, Helen says, I haven't slept. I need to get more coffee. Well, maybe you need to maybe take a rest there, Helen. You need to see, that's the thing. To live a good life, you got to make sure you rest. So you got to take those naps, and that's one thing since I've retired. I've been taking the naps and stuff like that. Let's move on to the National Day here. The National Day is for today. Let's see what we got. Let's see, we got One Healthy Day. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. That's in the front one. We got World Jellyfish Day. Yeah, we can give them a day. National Jersey Friday. Where's Tina? Tina's in Jersey. We have National Housewives Day. Well, I don't like using that word housewife. It's spouse or partner as far as that goes. So National Sandwich Day. I'll be having a sandwich. I'm going to go with One Health Day, November 3rd. We're going to go with that one. That's going to be the National Day. On November 3rd, One Health Day promotes efforts worldwide to bring together health discipline, and I was just talking about that, eating moderately, don't overeat. Let's see, Helen, I have an appointment at 12. I can't nap, so... Oh, okay, yeah, so you got to stay up. Gotcha. I'll stay out in the car so I don't nod off. Okay. But you eat moderately. I don't care what diet or how you live your life and stuff like that. You have to do whatever you choose to do. You do it in moderation. That's the key. I found. I've been on I've gone where I've gone meatless and the other way around. It all comes down to moderation, because if your body can only absorb so much, so you shouldn't be packing that much food in there, because it's just going to cause some extra. You just eat in moderation and stuff. And that's what it comes down to, plain and simple, moderation. And exercise. I walk every day. That's part of my or try to walk at least 5 days a week. You got to do some sort of. You can't just say, "Oh, I'll do moderation and watch what I eat." No, you gotta be active. We're human beings. We're meant to be active, so you got to do something. And for me, 21 to 25 minutes 5 days a week to go out and walk with the missus. That's priceless when you accumulate it. So you have to be active as well. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm doing this diet," and then, "Oh, look at all the weight." You're only going to lose so much, and then you flatline. You got to be active. The body wants you to be active. So health disciplines that affect humans, animals, and environment. The day also recognizes how closely our shared environment impacts human health. Okay, where we live at. Hashtag One Health Day. Um, so there we have it. Um, let's see. Glick saying good morning to Helen, and Helen saying good morning to Glick. Let's see. Like I said, yesterday I did the audio podcast, but I also did an extra day two non-pod pomo. I was walking on. The missus took the day off yesterday, so I did an audio of walking around the golf course that's over on Spotify for podcasters. Um, as far as that goes, Fireman Rich over there, and I did the. Oh, Helen, I talked about. On my audio podcast, where was that? Over in, it's over there in the UK. They have a thermal. They did some fracking, and this one particular place they drilled a borehole 2 miles in. The protester says we don't want the fracking. They stopped the fracking, and they utilized it for thermal energy to heat their water for 300 homes. I'm trying to bring up that article here, Helen, because you may know where this is at. It's in the UK, but there was a big protest about fracking or something like that, and they got it to stop. Let's see, where is that article? Oh, here it is. After fracking is halted, the site's drill hole is now a source of clean geothermal energy. I'm not a tree hugger per se, the quote tree hugger and stuff. I believe that we got some things we got to do to be good stewards of our the blue marble we live on. I am all in on geothermal energy as far as that goes. Fracking is banned in Scotland. Yeah, and this is where was this at? This was in England's North Yorkshire area. Locals oppose fracking project vigorously enough to get the whole thing canceled, but the almost 2 mile deep borehole had already been made. So rather than just simply go, okay, let it go, they lie as an ugly testament to the picket line. The energy, Third Energy is a company. I don't know if you've heard of Third Energy, Helen. They converted it into a geothermal heating station prototype that could heat 300 homes in the village of Kirby Misperton. Misperton. And they're working on commercially developing this. So I'm all in on geothermal or thermal. Let's see. National Home Housewives Day celebrates by making me sandwich on National Sandwich Day. Yeah, there we go. That's good, Helen. You tied the two together. That's why I went with the other one. I went with One Health Day. So that's what I talked about yesterday on the podcast. And like I said, I am all in on doing this. If we have a coal, I did an article. I presented an article on the audio podcast before last year or something like that, where if they take these coal power plants out, and they're getting old, replace it with a geothermal power plant. As far as that goes, how about a boot in the ball? Oh, this lady's talking to Helen or to Glick. Geothermal should be what they actually call it. Germothermal. Oh, germothermal? Okay. They call it geothermal as far as that goes. Or germal, like a gerbil. So I had fun with that one. And then again, I also had fun doing the audio walking around I did the morning audio podcast, and then I went out walking. And instead of listening to music, I did on the lower back 9 before I did the little hill that I do at the end of my walk. I did I think it was about a 9 to 10 minute audio for Napod Pomo. Let's see, in our world history, let's see, on this day, 118 years ago, the prolific African American painter Lois Jones was born. Her best works exhibited in half a dozen fine art museums across the United States, including the Met and Smithsonian. She brought the color and flavor of Africa and the Caribbean to the world through her extensive personal traveling. Prolific at the canvas, her career lasted 7 decades and earned her a National Day in July. Oh, I didn't. Okay, must have missed that. She was born back in 1905, so I'm sure she's not alive, but her birthday was today. She was born 118 years ago. So a great American painter. Let's see. The Times of India, the world's largest circulating English language daily paper, was founded as the Bombay Times back in 1838. Let's see. Independence gained for Panama 1903 from Colombia. For Poland, it was 1918 from Russia. Dominica 1978 from Britain, and the federal states of Micronesia in 1986 from the United States. Were all given their independence. A new Dutch constitution drafted by Jonathan Thorbecke to limit the power of monarchy strengthen parliament and ministers was proclaimed and is still in effect. That happened in 1848, and we're talking about that. Helen said that before Parliament was just it was just recently, or what was that? Was it 17 something or something like that? And I thought it wasn't that long ago, or something like that. I'm going to dive and get more coffee. So listen. Okay, no problem, Helen. You thank you for just hanging out and listening and stuff like that's good. Words are hard. Yeah, words are hard to click, especially early in the morning. I'm gonna have to get a coffee here in a little bit here after I finish this. Let's see. We'll go to AP. Let's see. On this day, November 3rd, 1992, Bill Clinton was elected the 42nd president of the United States after winning the election where President George H.W. Bush, who was the father of Bush Sr., I guess I call him. He should have. What lost the election for George W. Bush was read my lips, no new taxes, and then he had no choice. He had to raise taxes, or Congress raised taxes, but he had no. 1707 was the union. Okay, that's right. Okay, Alan, because that date was 18. That's years later, as far as a new Dutch constitution drafted. Oh, maybe that was for the Dutch Parliament in 1848. They had nothing to do with the English. I'm sorry. It said the Dutch Constitution drafted, so that was for the Netherlands. Okay, I'm sorry. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy established the U.S. Agency of International Development, and that's about it. There's nothing really going on. As far as that goes, that's interesting. I think Clinton. I like Clinton. Looking back, he was all right for the. I was a little disappointed. I guess when he ran his second term, Bob Dole was running against him. He lost, but Clinton was. I think his first 4 years were very good. His second 4 years was, well, that's when he had the the little oops in the slow day in history. Yeah, it's not all that. There's stuff there, but it's not. It doesn't pop. Okay, but I like Clinton. You could say the same thing about Barack Obama. He was okay the first 4 years. His second 4 years is like, well, really, come on. And I think that's why a lot of the stuff that's happening today is a result of that. I think, as far as the root cause, and as far as that goes. Um, so I like knowing about the presidents. The presidents are always interesting. They're, but yeah, there's not really. Let's see. Oh, here's one. 2017. Oh, I remember this. Netflix said it was cutting all ties with Kevin Spacey after a series of alleges of sexual harassment and assault, and that would not be a part of their further. And oh, this was that show he was on that was really popular, House of Cards. They wrote him off the show, I guess, or something like that. I think a lot of his thing. Yeah, I don't know. He's been sort of keeping low. I think he's had enough and stuff like that. But other than that's the stuff I don't want to get into. That's let's see. Canadian football. We have they're in their playoffs. They got the Canadian Football League's divisional semifinals to finish off the last two slots. The Tiger Cats play the Alouettes tomorrow at 3 p.m. and then the Stampeders play the Lions at 6:30, and then the Argonauts are already in, as well as the Blue Bombers. They play on November 11th, which is next Saturday, and then the 19th is Grey Cup, and then they'll be finished with 20. It was 21 weeks of Canadian football. Of course, in the NFL, we had a game last night, and this is at the point where I am going to. Good old CFL. I always forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna probably make it a point to watch the thing. I'm gonna be right back, folks. I gotta get. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee here to refresh my coffee, and I'll be right back. And we're back. We are back. I got my coffee here. How are we doing on the audio? Okay, we're doing good. Okay, yeah, we're back. And I got my coffee. We're oh, let's see. Glick says tight game last. Oh yeah, the game last night. Let's get to that. Yeah, that was a. I watched that game last night, and it was. I picked Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won it. Titans look good, but they just couldn't hang. I guess. Where's my? Yeah, they won. Steelers won 20-16. Very tight game and stuff like that. Who did you pick in that game, Click? Did you have the Steelers? Let's see. I got my volume all set. And Tim Fan. Tim, are you still there? I'm going to be presenting the. I've got the charts here. Let me bring them up here. Yeah, okay, Tim. I'm glad. I got this. I did the. I was watching the game last night on Twitch, the Thursday night football, and what is it? No, we don't want that one. We want this one. Okay, and we'll get rid of that. And I'm missing one thing. No, I don't need that. There we go. Okay, so and there we have it for last week, Tim. You didn't do too good. You went down a little bit as far as last week. Hey, Jeeves, good morning. Coming in from Vancouver, Canada. So there was a game last night, but this is the chart for last week as far as that goes. There's the chart right there. And Ted and CBS were up at the top. Tony moved up. It was Tony, Brian, Michael Bathurst, who I got his picks. He was on Tony's broadcast last week to where what is it? What's the other one? No, I don't want that. Football. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, there I am. Okay. Michael Bathurst, he gave his picks. I think I was on one of his shows last week or something like that, and he gave me his picks. And so that's how we set up on the picks there. As far as that goes, as you can see, everybody's fairly close, and Ted and CBS, there was a total of 16 games. They got 11 correct, and Tony, Brian, Michael, and myself. And what that equates to overall is I'm still in first place as far as that goes. And you can see as far as for week 8, after week 8, I'm on top. CBS moved up. Ted moved up. Tony moved up. Tim, you're still above 500 overall. And then Brian, he's you could say he's fine. We're still missing his picks. He said go ahead and give them all wins on week 6, and it's like I'm just gonna let it lean. I got his picks but I have your picks, Tim. I got Ted's picks. I got Tony's picks, and Brian's picks, and I got to put in CBS's picks. I wasn't on Michael's broadcast this week, so I didn't get his picks. He can send me into him if he watches this. And good deal, thanks. Yeah, I'm having fun with this. I'm getting it down to where I can. I was listening. I was watching the game on the phone while I was doing the charts on, and it only takes me about maybe 15 minutes on each chart. But I have to have the results first. I got to have the totals as far as for that week and stuff like that. So that's where we stand overall. So we're all picking pretty decent. We should put some money on these games. We'd probably be making some money. I don't gamble. I don't gamble. So, but last night's game, it was a good game. I watched the whole thing, and then I got an alert that Ted Hicks was going to go broadcast, and I stayed up for an extra 30 minutes to see his broadcast, and I just got tired. I went to bed. It was getting too late because I knew I had to do this broadcast and such that I wanted to make sure I had some sleep, even though I did take a nap last night or yesterday. After I got back from the dentist, and as far as that goes, so but we're in the extra bonus portion of the broadcast here that because we're not going to go for a walk. And even if I did go for a walk, we're still in the bonus section because it's still dark out there. It's actually I just checked the thermometer. It said we started at 33 degrees. The thermometer in the kitchen, when I went and got my coffee in the kitchen, we're at 37 degrees Fahrenheit now. It's 2.7 degrees Celsius. Hey, geez, what's the temperature out there in Vancouver right now? Give us, are you getting snow out there? As far as that goes, Jeeves? Put this back here on this. And Glick says, yeah, it is cold. It's crisp and cold, but we walk a little bit faster than a normal walk between a walk and a brisk. What were we talking about earlier, Helen? We're talking about we walk at a brisk walk. So, yeah, winter's here. It's getting cold, as the temperature indicates here. 37 degrees. That's still cold, as far as that goes. What is that? That's 37 is 2.7. You might as well say 3 degrees Celsius. And the only walk I take is to the refrigerator for beer. There you go. Yeah. I still have beer left in the refrigerator. It's been in there for. I'm. You know what I'm drinking, Glick? You'll like this. We've got. And I don't normally buy canned beer, but the missus bought this, and I said no problem. You have Genesee Brown. What's that beer called?
Honey Brown.
Oh, Honey Brown. Genesee Honey Brown. Genesee is a New York, sort of a Northeast. I think it's a New York beer.
Yeah.
And it's not your premier beer. It's not Yingling. Let's just say that it's not Yingling. And a lot of people, it's a cheap beer to buy. It's got a good taste. I like it. It tastes good. I won't. It's not. Let's see. Jeeves saying good morning to Glick, Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast, and Glick is saying hi to Jeeves. And so have you ever heard of Genesee, Glick? Being an avid beer connoisseur, never heard of it. All that matters is that you like. Yeah, I think you'd like it. It's regular Genesee is it's like your Busch. It's a cheap beer. You can get a lot for your money and stuff like that. It tastes beer, and it's good. It's okay. I prefer Yingling. I love Yingling, and what's the other one? The Canadian beer that I like is Moosehead and Molson's. The actual Molson's and Moosehead from Canadian. Canadian beer is a little bit, it's 6% alcohol. I guess it's a little bit more potent than the American beers as far as I go. I remember, this is upstate. I was at when I was stationed at Griffiths before marrying the missus, we used to go out. We had this antique fire truck, and we'd go to local. They would have field days. Communities would have these fireman field days, and they would always have a parade. So we go to the parade, and we were on the hose team, where we go to firematic competitions and stuff. And it was over in Whitesboro, New York. Our team captain there. He was a civilian firefighter there at Griffiths Air Force Base when I was stationed up there, and we went to Whitesboro. A friend of his, and he had this whole cooler or this old refrigerator, nothing but beer in it, and it was Miller beer. I said, "Oh, it's a Miller." I said, "Wait a minute, this isn't a Miller." He says, "It's a Miller beer that I got from Canada. It's bottled in Canada, and it's like 6%." And I'm looking, it's like, "Oh wow, that's pretty good." So Canadian beer is tops as far as that goes, and such. So, but our resident Canadian there, other than Mr. Twix Jeeves there, I've known since the Blab days. And Jeeves, you've been traveling, haven't you? I believe you. The last time I saw you on the broadcast here, was it last week? Maybe that you said you were traveling, visiting the. I think you were visiting the states, weren't you? I hope that went well for you. Just remembering that as far as that goes, and I'm seeing we got 9 on the bean counter. Holy crap! Thank you for being here, folks. I appreciate it. And let's see, we got an ad roll in 3 minutes. Is that 3 minutes? No, it says 7 minutes on the thing. Just trying to get used to this ad thing and stuff like that. So, but let's see. Glick says I've had a couple of Canadian beers, not bad, but I love German and Belgian beers. They are amazing. You know, German beers are good. The German, even the Italian beer, I thought was pretty decent as far as that goes. You know. But I would have to say, since I've been out of the service, and especially here in New York, we have some Glick, I would love to take you to some of these craft brewery places and stuff. You would simply love the beer. Oh my God. Binghamton Brewery Company, a startup, and they're going strong. They do some craft beer that is out of this frickin' world. And stuff like that, and the thing is, a lot of the New York craft beer breweries, they get all their hops over in Germany. So you see when I'm going with that, it's got that German flavor as far as it's really good and tasty. But yeah, the German beers are amazing as far as that goes, and stuff. So let's see. You get your breakfast? Okay, this is getting a breakfast. And let's see. Let's see. Monday and Tuesday we had Tony here. Tony's probably getting back from his conference. Gonna try and hook up with him this weekend. We're gonna be doing his broadcast, Tony D's broadcast on Sunday. Since we're talking about football, you can follow Tony D at TonyTone163. He does the Belt Kings fantasy football, and I think when you're not doing all that great in that football league, are you, Glick? I know you're on a whole bunch of them. I think they were talking about it last week. We had a good panel last week where we had Tony and myself, we had Michael Bathurst, we had Ted Hicks. We had Brian and we had JoJo. We had six people on the panel last week. I think we had JoJo. As far as oh man, I'm a sucker for a brewery. Count me in. Yeah, I that would be a definitely if I ever make it to your way. We have a few really good ones. Yeah, I can imagine so. They're and they have some great brew. I mean, they're a little expensive. I mean, there was this one. It's this place up in Vestal, or no, Johnson City, and what's that restaurant called?
What?
The place up in Johnson City, the craft brewery that we got that beer. Do you remember?
Beer, I don't know.
Oh, the
Tree Factory.
something. There's a place in Johnson City.
Beer Tree Brewery.
Yeah. I'm in third place. Oh, are you third place? Okay. Oh, you know what? It's smoked. It's in the bottom of the cellar. That's right. I'm sorry, Glick. You're in third place. This is my revenge tour after getting totally screwed last. Yeah, I think did Smoke win it last year? I think there was some talk. We had some talk about it. We got a minute before an ad break, and just so the folks that are watching, I paused during the ad break. Because I'm going to be on here for at least another 15 minutes or so. Oh, we got the ads going now. So you can see the ads. So we're standing by for the ads right now. Yeah, we got the ads going. So we're standing by. Let me see if I can find that comment that I made before. I'll just type it in. They're going to end in 30 seconds. Ads end in 30 seconds. I'm in fourth in my league and first in my podcast league. Okay. Okay, we're waiting for the. I'm waiting for the commercials. We're waiting for the commercials. Oh, Melanie, are we all done with the commercials? Melanie is in the chat. Hello, Melanie. Melanie 170270. Smoke is the worst when it comes to fantasy football. Okay, I think that's what. Ads are okay. Ads are over. Thank you, Glick. I pause for those folks. I don't continue my talking. I just sort of sit back. And hey, Melanie, glad to see you. I hope everything's well. Melanie coming in from. See, I had the cards here because just before you popped in, I was talking about Tony. I got Tony's card here. So, Melanie coming in from Australia, where her what time is it there? Oh, it's your evening now. It's 10:14 where Melanie is at. She's over there in Rockhampton, Central Queensland. See, I get it right. I got the cards. I got them right here. Thank you for being here, Melanie. Glad to have you here. I hope all is well here. Things are going good here. We're in the extended broadcast right now here, and after I'm done, what the hell happened to my cord here? Okay, so this is the Friday broadcast where, well, actually now that we're into fall and going into winter, it's still dark out, so we're not going to go for a walk. Bad fires in Australia at the moment. Yeah, you have those. You've had those bad wildland fires, so I know what you're talking about. Those are pretty bad. They're as bad as what they had out in California. You could take the worst wildland fire out in California and throw it, and it times it by 10, and that's an Australian wildland fire. They're pretty bad. That's one of the, as a firefighter, an ex-firefighter, retired firefighter. The wildland fires, they sap the crap out of you. They are the worst fires to fight because, especially, I don't know, I remember one wildland fire out in Kansas. I just seen in the front of my eyes this rolling fire that just ravaged thousands of acres right in front of you. There's nothing you can do. You just go, you try and get ahead of it and make a fire break to where it just consumes whatever fuel it can, and then it can't jump to the, and they're very hard. Bad fires in Australia. Yeah, we have firefighters coming over. Okay, they're coming in from New Zealand. Yeah, I know there was a couple years back there was some firefighters here in the States. They were going over there to help out too, as far as it goes. And one of the main things they do to battle these wildland fires, they do the water drops and stuff like that, and the fire retarding material to prevent it from spreading. You try and contain it because it's in a wide area, and you can't put it out. You got to let it burn itself out. That's the overall objective, in effect. But the thing is, when they're traveling, and I always say this when I talk about wildland fires. There's a type of, in the wildland fire, if you have a tree that's like 30, 40 feet, and I've seen this. I've been up and close and personal one, where the whole tree is one big flame. That's a crown fire. You don't want to be because the firefighters have gotten killed.
They'll turn mean on you.
Yeah, they real mean and nasty as far as that goes. So thinking about the firefighters there in Australia, be safe, brothers and sisters there, as far as combating those are the worst fires. I tell you that hands down, very serious. It's just every time I hear that, I shrug. It's like, and very fortunate to have lasted as long as I have as a firefighter, because I've had some fellow firefighters that they didn't make it. You know, it just. And I've had my close calls. This is back before I met the missus. That's when I thought I was indestructible, but then I got to one where I thought my ass was gone, and it was. I laugh at it now, but it was almost a catalyst to to make me brave enough to give the missus a call and say, hey, would you like to go on a date? Because I had known her for a year. I met her a year before we started dating almost, and she was just real shy and
I used to be.
real
Poor
shy,
guy.
real shy and not really outspoken and stuff. Now she's
Now the filter's gone.
yeah, the filter's gone. Yeah, but it's okay. It's we come into our own and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it was because there was an incident that was on that I thought, and it turned out to be nothing and stuff like that. You know, which is more than the case. But you never can let your guard down as a firefighter, especially when you're on the fire ground. It's just like there's firefighters that if they're not thinking of the conditions and stuff like that, they're gonna die, and there have been. I've known some that have, and it's a shame and stuff because they die too soon, as far as that goes. So, but Melanie, I hope you're doing well over there. As far as that goes, on the other side of the world, this is what makes it so interesting. Yes, I used to be shy and quiet too. Yeah. As we get older, I think we say, oh, I don't care, what the frick, as far as that goes. I've always been like that. I used to be a lot bolder, and I've said this before. You all wouldn't like, you would just say, let's turn him off. We don't like him. I've mellowed a lot, I guess, because and it's part of one's life experiences too, as far as what we do, as far as when we're kicking that can down the road. And we see what we see as we make that life travel and stuff like that. So, yes, exactly. Yeah, there we go. Glick, sounds like you need an extra kick in the pants to ask the missus out. And
You needed an extra.
and that close call was it was Glick. It was. I was up there at Griffiths. We had an alarm. This was after we were doing some night egress training on an F-107. And it was one time I was Mr. Kowalski. He was the assistant chief. He put me in as I'm the station captain, so I would man the first run pumper, and then I would cross over if we had an aircraft fire or incident. I would go on the second crash truck out. So I was on rescue, and we get a call on the B-52 hangar, and then we got in there, and the B-52 hangars are huge, but it was an empty one, and there was a hangar, sort of a small hangar inside the B-52 hangar, and it was the Aero Club's hangar, and we saw smoke coming out. We thought we might have a backflash potential. We didn't want to open it up until we got some hand lines in and stuff. And then this one guy opens the door, and we're jumping all which way. And I'm fully bunkered out. I got the silver suit on with my air pack on, and we thought we were to just see a black flash. And I'm sitting there, and it's like, you know what? Life is too short. I'll never forget that moment. It's just like, and the next morning, I was calling a good friend of hers, who was my best friend's wife, and I say, hey, Val, do you have Pam's number? And she was all ecstatic. Oh, she was all googly and stuff like that. Val, when I asked for your phone.
I was.
Oh, well, you probably knew right after I called.
Because she called me.
She called you, yeah. She called right after I got off the phone. I said, I'll give her a call later this afternoon. I hung up. Val was already calling the missus and stuff like that. So it's a good story. Let's see. Helen, I have good news and bad news. The good news, I have an amazing cup of coffee. That's always good. So good. The bad news is I've ended up in an area where poor reception and your stream keeps... Okay, that's no problem. I'm going to be exiting stage left here shortly, Helen. Gutted. Oh, nope. Okay. And Melanie's saying hello to Helen, and Melanie's saying hello to Glick, Nonsensical Nonsense, and their lady leg, Helen, is sending it back to Melanie, as well as Glick, as far as that goes. And that's and the people that are watching on the replay on my Rumble channel and YouTube channel, let me pop those cards. I got the cards here. I might as well use them. Okay, where are you? There's my Rumble
You
page.
need a Rolodex.
Yeah. Well, this is what it is. This is something that there's the Rumble page right there, and then here's the YouTube page. Okay. What was I going to say? I repurpose these. And we have an active chat. I guess that's what I say, because you don't see the chat when you watch the replay, and that's one of the things I love about this show. It's progressed to where we have a very active chat on some regular people that come in, and sometimes we get some first time viewers that come in. As far as that goes, I was talking about NaPodPomo. Here's the hashtag, and there's the you can go to napodpomo.org, or else hashtag NaPodPomo on X/Twitter to see all the. It's this month. I forgot. I just flipped a card. I remember I had this on here, so that's from last year. So there we have it. And then in the same light, seeing that I'm popping cards, we do have Helen who's in there. She does a radio show here on Twitch. She is Leggy Lady 01 on Twitch, but over there on X/Twitter, she's Radio Leggy, and she does Jukebox Jury, and she does she shows her putting her radio show together there for 365 Radio, that a radio station there in the UK, and of course we have Glick. I'm getting all these in because you guys are here, so what the heck? We do it. This is a Friday thing we do. We have Glick from Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. He does those marathon. What was it? You had one 6 hours or something like that you were talking about? You do the marathons. I mean, my limit is 2 hours, I think. Unless I'm gaming. I could see, I've never gamed more than 2 hours, but I could probably do 3 hours gaming wise. So that's Nonsensical Nonsense at Nonsensical Nonsense. And you have Glick, you have Jeff, he's a character. And then Tony D, he's on there, but Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast is on Spotify, and they broadcast Monday, Wednesday, Saturday at, what do we have here? Change it, 7 o'clock or 6 p.m. Oh, you used to do 6 p.m. Now you're on at 7 o'clock. So there we have it. There's our all. And then, one more. The real Ted Hicks. Late night parroting. He had a broadcast last night. I probably after my appointment this morning, I'll be actually, if I'm waiting in the waiting room, which might be the case, I might be listening to a little bit of that. But as far as that goes, so but you know, when you have appointments, you always have to stand by and wait. You know, it's actually, I was lucky yesterday. I went a little early for the dental appointment, and I was in and out real quick. You know, I just we're ahead of schedule. Will you come in, Mr. Roberts? And they sat me down. They took the sutures out, and everything looked good. And it says everything's healing up, and we'll see you in February, and we'll slap the tooth in. Helen says, thanks for the plug, Rich. Jukebox Jury is tonight. What time is that, Helen? And she does that right here on Twitch. And it's... Let me get Helen's card. What time will that be tonight, Helen? You could say your time, and I'll just subtract 4 hours. Okay, so Jukebox Jury is on tonight. So check out, she posts it. I know she posted over on Radio Leggy as far as that goes. So there we go. And no problem on the plug. More than happy to do so and stuff. We, you know, we're a good bunch. You know, we're growing. You know, we're growing. Michael didn't broadcast this much this week that I noticed. I wanted to be on his broadcast, but I got things to do. Well, Tuesday I didn't really have that much to do. I played PUBG all day. In the last couple of days, I've dropped a few points. I dropped over. Oh, yesterday I dropped 80 points. So I just put the thing away. It's just like, this is getting too frustrated. Helen says, hopefully I won't look like a zombie by then. Maybe I'll get a nap. Yeah, get a nap, girl. Get a nap in at some point. At least an hour. Even if you take an hour power nap and stuff like that. That's what I do. And it's such. So, but But today is Friday. Today is thank God it's Friday, and we're here at the weekend. So we'll see what the weekend per, per, paves out to be. I plan on doing some broadcasts this weekend because, see, this is probably the best time to be broadcasting now, as far as time frame, because it's winter out. It's cold, so you don't want to be outside. Even though I have I got a crap load of leaves. I got leaves over here I've got to rake up. There's leaves behind the garage, and there's leaves over the side lawn that I have to do. Approximately 11:30 p.m. UK time, which is 7:30 Eastern. 1, 2, 3. Yep, the 4-hour difference. There we go. So Jukebox Judy is tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is 11:30 p.m. Helen's one of those late night people. I can't. I took a little bit of a nap yesterday, and that got me through the football game last night. As far as it was a good football game. It wasn't. Plus, I wasn't out on the couch. I was sitting here. If I was out on the couch, I'm out. But I have to watch it because Thursday Night Football, Twitch does broadcast because it's part of Amazon. We are never exactly on time. One of us is always running late. Isn't that the case? There's always one running late. And of course, this Sunday definitely be on Tony D's. He's all taking care of his move-in, so he'll be in his new residence there, and we'll be doing. He'll be doing Belt Kings fantasy football, where I am very thankful that. So I try not to use the G word because somebody else has used the G word, so I use thankful, even though I am the other one there too. Thankful that he allows this knucklehead up because I don't really know that much about football, just my observations and stuff. Tony D and Ted Hicks and even Glick, when you're up, you guys know football. You know, you guys know the players like that. When you say a player, I'm looking it up, and you're already 3 players down the line as far as talking about them and stuff. And that's what I find so fascinating about football at this time in my life. As far as it's very, very. And last night's game was pretty good. I'm not a Pittsburgh fan. I'm not a Titans fan. I like the Titans when they used to be the old Houston Oilers. Oh, that's way back. And I used to watch them play on Sundays. As far as that goes, Houston Oilers. Everybody when I was growing up, you were either a Giants fan or a Cowboys fan or a Green Bay fan. You know, those were when I was growing up during the '60s and early '70s. Those were the teams. You're a Buffalo fan? They're a bunch of bums. You're a Jets fans? Come on, they're worse than the Mets. That's so. I liked. I said, well, I'm going to be different. I'm going to like the Houston Oilers, and then I did like the New England Patriots. That was a team I liked. Jim Plunkett, I liked him as a quarterback. He went to the Oakland Raiders at the end of his career. I liked him. He was a good quarterback. I liked him. I did like the Cowboys at one time. Craig Morton, I liked him when he played, and then he ended up when Roger Staubach took over. Craig Morton went to the Denver Broncos. That's where he ended his career. And the Broncos, they weren't all that great back then. So it's either Cowboys, Green Bay, or the Giants and stuff like that. And then Miami slipped in there. My kid brother was a big Miami Dolphin fan. He still is, even though he passed away. He loved the Miami Dolphins. He loved that team. He got to meet some of the old Nick Bonicani. He met, talked to him for. Because he would always go down to Miami to see the games down there when the Jets were playing or something like that. I think he was a closet Jet fan too. But I like the Jets. The Jets are doing pretty good. They're taking advantage. And this last weekend, the big game, Kansas City losing. I watched some highlights on that. Of course, they're going to lose. They're one of the powerhouse teams of the NFL right now. But when you cough up the ball 4 times, 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. And last night, Glick, the game, I guess, there was no turnovers until that last turnover that the Titans did at the end of the game that sealed it. That was the only turnover. It's usually you always get one or two turnovers. So the commentators were making comment of that as far as that goes. So um, let's see. We never exactly. Okay, I already got that comment. So all right, how we doing here? Okay, we're at an hour and a half. So I have. Let's see. I've got I got an hour and 45 minutes to go. As far yeah, we could have got a walk in, couldn't we? No, I don't want to rush it. I can have an extra cup of coffee and sit down and talk with the wife or the missus. Don't say that word. I don't like the W word. It's just like the spouse. I don't even like that. I kind of call, she likes being called the missus, as far as that goes. And you all know her as the missus and stuff like that. So, um, so I'm liking that big screen TV there. That's pretty good as far as that goes. As far as a viewer, it's a little different than the Google thing. I mean, as far as broadcasting, so that's working out pretty well right there. And plus, you can see the laptop. I also have it on there, but usually on the laptop, I'll have it on the Stream Manager, which the Stream is doing. Knock on wood again. It's rocking. It's solid now. I tell you, I this last change I did on OBS, I love OBS, and I'm starting to get reused to. As far as on this weekend, I probably will. Maybe tomorrow morning, I'll have a morning broadcast, and I'll have the guest star. What used to be called guest stars is now called Twitch streaming together. That's what they called it. They revamped it, and I think it's gotten a little bit better. It's gotten better. Of course, having a newer computer with an actual graphics card inserted has helped out, and then also getting the settings on my encoder dialed in on the OBS, because you have to use OBS with Stream. And we were talking about this at the beginning of the broadcast. Helen was making comment, and it just came to light because I was going to have guest stars streaming together on, and it was right after I hit the on button to start the broadcast. I thought, oh man, I forgot that. Maybe I can activate. I said, no, let's don't do that. I don't want to. I don't want to, you know. And when I told Helen that, she said that I guess when she tried it, she would already be online broadcasting on Twitch and then start it. So, and then she could hear it wasn't connected completely and stuff. And that may have been the case. I think this past Monday it didn't work for me. I had Tony and Cup of Joe came up. They could see each other. They could hear each other. But I couldn't see. I couldn't hear them at all, and they had a blank screen. So there's a sequence, and you gotta. It's a workflow. You gotta do the sequence in the correct manner. So you gotta fire it up, and then you gotta start your virtual cam, and then you hit the go, start broadcast. That's how it works, as far as that goes. So. And I like using it, but in the same breath, I also think Restream, which I give Helen all the credit as far as using it, when I do use it, is phenomenal, because Tony D uses it. He's a big time user on it. I know Helen uses it for her broadcasts, and you can't beat the quality. It's outstanding. I mean, if you don't have a good enough system to handle guest stars or the streaming together here on Twitch, Restream automatically, unless you want to use StreamYard. That's what Ted Hicks uses for his broadcasts. But Restream, you can't beat it. EVMux and Flutin, they're okay. They came in a little after, but Restream is just, I give it tops. It's a 5-star program. There's a free version. It's the only one of the whole lot that you can broadcast onto X/Twitter for Twitter X Live, Twitter Live, as far as that goes. And I know we talk about that all the time, but it just it's just one of those things that Restream is. We're seeing it, Of course, we're seeing Michael Bathurst. He's back. He's a powerhouse, a power Restream user now. Nothing like Death Wish coffee. I haven't had Death Wish in a while, Thamer. This is regular coffee, but for those folks, Thamer mentioned it, so I got to bring up. I am a consumer of Death Wish coffee. It's a New York. They make Death Wish coffee up there in Round Lake, New York, in Schenectady, up north of here. It's a New York product. This is a New York State product, Death Wish coffee, and it's a very good coffee. Have you ever had it, Thamer? Do you drink coffee? This is just regular coffee. This is Folgers. Death Wish is about like $18-20 for a 1 pound bag. So I'll probably be getting some of it. But I get it every once in a while. It's a special coffee blend that I like drinking and stuff. So Thamer, I'm a Death Wish coffee drinker. But do you drink coffee, Thamer? Are you a coffee drinker? I never used to drink coffee back when I first went into services. When I went to NCO Leadership School, it was a 30-week or 30-day in residence, sort of like a management leadership school, as far as that goes. And there was like 50 of us in an IHOP, and I'm sitting there waiting, and the cups of the containers of coffee was going by. I said, let me try some coffee. It's just like, wow, that's good. IHOP coffee. Oh, that got me started on drinking coffee. So, but I'm going to finish this up and get another cup. But we are at the end of the broadcast, I think, right now, folks, because we're at an hour and a half, coming up on an hour and 40 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here and get our day started. What's it? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Get our day started. And I want to say thank you very much, very, very much for being in the chat. Helen, Leggy Lady 01, coming in from Edinburgh, Scotland. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Tim Fan, our contractor who works out there in Michigan. Thank you, Tim Fan 40, for being in the chat. Thank you, Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Click. Thank you very much for being in the chat. You have a good one there, or a great one, I should say. Thank you, Melanie, coming in all the way from Australia. I gotta say it exactly on the card here. Hang on, stand by. Coming in from Rockhampton, Central Queensland, Australia, to be exact. Thank you, Melanie. Have a great evening there. Thank you, Cheese. Cheese comes in from Vancouver, Canada. Thank you, Cheese. Always a pleasure. Always great to have you. Let me turn this down a little bit. Turn the music down. I'm yelling. Thank you, Jeeves, for coming in. And let's see, who else? And Thamer. Thank you, Thamer, coming in there the tail end. Thank you. And thank you for the folks that are watching during the broadcast. Thank you also for the people that watch on the replay here on Twitch, as well as my Rumble channel and YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. We're going to get out of here a minute and a half before the next commercial. So you all have a great one, wherever you may be. This is Fireman Rich, at Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and X/Twitter. You all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks, and thanks again in the chat. know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the outro again because we had a commercial. We had a commercial break, so I am doing a retake on. See, this I'm aware of the commercials now, so that one's still going. Let's see. It should be over with. Let's wait for it to come back. Okay, we're back. We're doing a retake. We're doing a retake on the outro. I don't want to do it during a commercial break because we got people that can't see, and I don't want them to come back and then we're off the air. So we're doing an outro after the commercial break. I thought I could get it in there, so we're going to redo this again. We're going to be exiting stage left, and want to say thank you again as we do a second take here to say thank you, Helen, for being here in the broadcast. Great, very glad you were here. Always appreciated. And yeah, I know you're back, Melanie. We're doing a retake on the outro because I'm aware of the commercials now, so I don't want to go out and then you come back and I'm gone. So, but thank you, Helen, for being in Leggy Lady 01 from Edinburgh, Scotland. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tim Fan, coming in from Michigan, being in the chat. Great, very good, sir. Thank you, Glick, for being in the chat. Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Thank you very much. Thank you, Glick, coming in from Ohio, the state of Ohio, which is the next state over from New York. Thank you, Jeeves, Mr. Twix, coming in from Vancouver, Canada. We have Canada. We have Scotland. We have Australia. We have Ohio. We have Michigan. This is worldwide, folks. Thank you. And we even have Saudi Arabia, where we our good friend Thamer, who's over there in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Riyadh. Thank you, Thamer, for being here. Always grateful, or always thankful that you guys are here in the chat. And as well as the people that are watching here on Twitch during the broadcast that don't want to be in the chat, that's fine. No problem. Thank you very much. I'm very thankful that you're here. And you're watching this knucklehead for some reason, so I'm very grateful of that. But also, if you're watching us on the replay on my Rumble channel, thank you, and YouTube channel, thank you. And if you're watching this replay on Twitch, thank you very much. This is Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and what's that third one? Oh, X/Twitter. Also on Facebook, public Facebook is The Real Fireman Rich. They're all posted across the same, so you get one, you get it all. You all have a great one. Thank you again, Melanie, and you guys all take care. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. We got it through. Take care, guys.